Hey, Debbie. Okay, there we are. Got it pulled up. How are you? We'll just sit here and wait on other people. La la la. La 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 la. There's Dolly. Hello. And how are you? Hey, Knitting. Peggy. Hey, Dale. I hope you had a good birthday. I saw it was your birthday. Hey, Carrie. Wonderland Alice. Yes, Hump Day. Pat L. Wild One. Warrior Grandma. Hello. Hey, Deb on the move. Yeah, we have to figure out a way to do our meetings. I'm glad, Dale. Um, I miss the Google Meets. I'm okay, Wonderland Alice. Birthday, okay. Dale, this is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Woo. Is that Wendy is being held against her will in a grass hut in the South Pacific? That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Poor Wendy. Of course, I have, Carrie. I've been watching it. You're welcome. And what I've decided is this. So we leave Saturday morning early for our vacation. And so this is gonna be my last. That was a puny woo woo. This will be my last hey Patty, love your face. Proof of I have proof well, I don't have proof of life. Me too, Carrie. Um But I've spoken with her. Hey, Pensacola. Anyway, so this is what I'm gonna do for myself. I hope. Maybe not, but maybe. Um, this will be my last stream until I get back from vacation. And so I'm gonna take a break from Lisa and I'm taking a break from that other person and me too, Dale. I'm so excited. Jim's excited. And I got to take the rest this week, which, you know, I may have to go to the doctor because I got a little thing going on. This will be my third trip to the doctor in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna do that, and then I got to get prepared, like all the way prepared. What I miss you going to? Yes, Pensacola. Yes. What do you mean? What did you miss? I'm going to the beach. Um, Lisa is dirty. The other is evil. Amen and amen. Well, we gotta remember, I would show it, but look, it's so triggering to show Lisa, and at this point, I'm not so sure that this isn't some kind of mental breakdown. So, I've got a bunch of audiobooks and okay, so look, I'm old. So, I'm taking I have my audiobooks and my don't judge me. Wendy is good. Um And my crocheting, that's all I need, for downtime. I mean, I can be sitting on the, uh, balcony crocheting, listening to the ocean, talking to Jim, and that mm, mm-mm. So I'm pretty excited to do this. I'm not so sure she has a mental problem. I think that, I don't know though. I'm not a specialist, but, um, I think that since she has no kids left at home, since, uh Oh, shoot. There you are. Since, I just found out, I guess this week watching stuff, that y'all know she's lost all of her kids. And hey, burnt hot dog, good to see you. I'm going to Orange Beach. Beautiful. Hey, Charlie Casey. Um. Anyway, so which Abby, I thought her son was like 20, 21 years old. She's saying he's 15. Hey, Charlie. It's good to see you. I hope you enjoyed today. Oh, that yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it yesterday as much as you could. Um, somebody had, hey, Alan, somebody had her son, not on panel, but he was in chat. And Lisa was saying he's 15 years old. And I'm just like, it is sad, more than enough. Answer your question. Okay, you have fire. All right, let's see. Let me look. Hey, Starlight. Will I be having it? Me and Jim are having a celebrate. Absolutely. Did Jim get the Speedo I sent him from Temu? It's a leopard thong. Yes. He's already modeled it for me. And can I say thank you? Hey, Sandy. Thank you so much. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. So, yeah. Of course, we're going to have a celebration. I'm telling y'all, the only thing that'll make me. Oh, Charlie. I'm sorry. Hey, Sarah with the blue dress. You're not going to an undisclosed location because you're concerned psychotic stalkers will hunt me down. I'm not. And here's why. Um, oh, I'm always packing. So, I mean, enter at your own risk. And so is my husband. So, but I mean, if it's for a friendly time, come on. If you're not there to be friendly, I wouldn't do it, but it's up to you. And so now me and Jim are gonna make a PU, yes. Or a pupy. That's that's what we're gonna call it, a pupy. I will write the thong, and the only way that I'll go live on this vacation is if I find, I don't know, like a Queen Elizabeth shell. If no, Omar's not going. Stephanie's taking care of him. Um, if I find a Queen Elizabeth shell, I'm going live. Thank you, Peggy. You're crocheting and your lamp, and that's all you need. Remember the jerks. Are you gonna have someone fly across country to cuddle your ass all the way down to the? Yes. No, I'm not. And it's not what I can say. Me and Jim are turning a 6-hour drive into a very long drive on purpose. Now we're doing that on purpose. And that's an agreement that we made between one another. Hey, Amer. I'm sorry I'm not cammed up. You know what I look like when I'm funky. You've seen me funky more than you've seen me trying to look nice. Okay, Pensacola, thank you. Home Alone. He won't be home alone. He'll be with his sister. I made a flat Stanley for you to take. I'll overnight it to you. Listen, if you're serious, I'll stay late and won't even leave on the right day if you want me to wait for it. Crochet will get. I'm not gonna take it on the beach. Just flat sandy. I love it. Ah. Well, okay. So me and Jim made this agreement. We're gonna leave early. Yeah, and just chill. And it's completely planned. These 2 days of watching, which I'd be fibbing if I sat here and told y'all that I watched everything that Merv did about. Yes, Tracy. You want to go ahead and put my phone number in the chat? What are you doing? But yes, actually, that's it. Saturday morning, Charlie. I'm not. Well, it's okay. Hey, Calamity, it's good to see you, PJ. And honestly, it's like a straight shot. So, but to be so unconcerned with someone else's time is yet again the true meaning of the word MERB. Flat Randy needs to head to. I wanted a flat Wendy, but I don't know how to do it. And I want a flat Saint. I want a flat all y'all. Flat all y'all. Stop at the. Okay, if I see it. What she had her celebration. And listen, I haven't watched. Hey, Christy, we gotta catch up. Flat Wendy and Flat Stanley. Hey Jamie. I haven't watched all the celebration, but I did see. Well, I mean, I did watch Merv look for shells for like what, over an hour with a flashlight, and cannot believe that. I can't. I heard a little bit of that. She went back to sleep. My crazy life. Don't you know she is exhausted from all this celebrating? Nat Chloe, good to see you. Can you go? Yes, the more the merrier. Unless you are related to me. Hey, Olivia, then you cannot come. That's Jim's rule, not mine. Um, so I'm just like, is that gonna be me? Am I gonna get hooked on picking up shells? And what am I gonna do with the shells once I find them? I don't. And Scooter might have a hangover. Well, good for Scooter. Scooter, I'm glad they seem like they had some fun when. And I forgot the lady's name. The one that's, I think she's the one that's had hell trying to get home. Um, what did I see her video of her singing Tequila? Hey, Emerald Girl. Thank you. I love you too. I think that's well, look, Marb, that's selfish. You're selfish. You're being selfish. And thank you, Shamat. Thank you. I will say all tips are going to the trip and food or fun. I don't know which one. Hey, Adventures with Beth. Scooter and I were close until. I hate that because I feel like, yes, beach fund, please. Beach fund. Uh, thank you. I just got money for a Bahama Mama. Thank you, Debbie. Anyway, the woman that sung Tequila, that was fun. She knows how to have fun. Drinking half of a drink and pretending to be drunk is gross. Hey, Brenda Hart. to me, but that's just my judgment. Judging. Your internet went out. I think Scooter had a great time, especially after Carly fell asleep. I'm glad she had a good time. Uh, Everybody needs a good time. Now, I do think, now this is just my opinion, and people can disagree with me, but I think 2 weeks on a vacation with anyone is enough. Oh yeah, that's true. I've already been recognized, Pensacola, and I haven't even left. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm going to do on this trip. How I will get around being Yamas and whatnot, judging with all the judginess. I'm judging, some stuff, but I think 2 weeks together is enough to end any good friendship. Um, that's just an opinion, but I was telling somebody this the other day. Like, you remember when you're a kid and you had a friend sleep over, and then I got both, Dolly. Yes. Um, Usually if you have a friend sleep over, you always asked for an yeah, that's what I'll call on myself, like Gypsy. Oh, Gyp, calling TMZ. Um, anyway, the second night, well, you would beg them, your parents to let them stay another night, or you go home with them. And that night may have been okay. The second night, that was a good night. But the third night, when I was in school and a friend wanted to stay, you just really wanted to go home. Dye your hair blonde or wear a wig with my that's what I'll be, incognito. You would off I would have Amy. I would be in prison if me and Amy tried 8 solid days. Yes, that's right. It has been 2 weeks since I've ended my friendship with Wendy. Where is one win, put it on a milk carton. You're showing your age, Warning. Love my husband and children, but 2 weeks confined in a hotel room. Yes. Have I ever dyed my hair blonde? Yeah, a long time ago I have. Hey, the chicken has arisen. Is it a celibate sleep? A celibate? Are you? Okay, me too. I remember milk carton pictures. Oh, I don't care. Let them think me and Wendy broke up. They also thought me and B broke up. No, don't apologize. Thank you so much, Tracy. Don't you dare apologize. I was joking. I was completely joking. They are obsessed with Wendy. I think that's weird. I've done a month in Florida for a few years ago. Well, me and Jim spend a lot of, we're not gonna, I don't know. I think, that 2 weeks that would have been too much for me. Maybe it wasn't. That's right. Wendy is a lovely lady. That's not weird. Oh, wow. Oh, I know who you are. Oh my, did they let you out of the nut hut? Bless your heart. Okay, go ahead. Still praying for you, weird ass. Still praying. I'm on the set. I think 7 days would be too much for me. Oldest bestie and I are in Europe for 2 weeks next spring, but we're so zen. No, not Chloe. Mm-mm. My personal own baby reindeer. 2 weeks. Wonder if she answered any court. She had plenty of downtime. Calamity. We hope. I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. Mm-hmm. Try to make up stories about my man. Ex really lives for vacation. 7 days on a boat is like 2 days for normal. Really? Well, we have talked about a cruise, and now I think that we're gonna see, how I do. We're going on a dolphin cruise on vacation, and we're gonna see how I do on that boat with my maneuvers and all that stuff. So, because if it gets me spinning, of course, 2 hours is a lot different than a few days, huh? But no, we're not going to swim with the dolphins. We're just going to dolphin watch. It's a I think that's what it's called, the dolphin cruise. There's like I don't know. There's a bunch of them. Um, I was informed by my son that because I said I wanted to go parasailing, he said, "No, you're not." Hey, Joy. Okay, good, good. He said, "You don't realize it, but you're old, and that and their cousins was in a it's not funny. They were really hurt. They were in a parasailing accident, and the dolphin cruise is just 2 hours. Um, they ended up in the hospital on vacation, so Jim can get the best shrimp at Doc's. Well, he is very excited about. Don't be jealous. I'm excited though. I am. But don't be jealous. Amer's always a downer. You was sick. Of course you was. Nah, I got medicine I'm taking. Did you take anything for motion sickness, Amy? You probably wouldn't do well on a cruise then. Well, I say I'm not scared because it does not scare me that they had an accident. I mean, if it's meant to be. Oh, Wendy's backstage. I didn't hear a knock.
Hey.
Wendy, get off my panel. I ended our friendship 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit. Are we live?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. I spoiled the whole thing. All right. Well, I guess we should just admit what we've done.
Okay, y'all. Here's what really happened.
What really happened is y'all can't give me a damn break. That's what happened.
Quit. Don't lie anymore, Wendy. We
No,
live together now.
I
We
am
live together.
sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I have
Wendy is
been all
no
the way blah
longer.
blah.
Y'all, everybody, they're saying Wendy moved to Fiji. No,
I know
I'm just gonna.
I've heard the craziest stories about myself. Yeah, I've heard I've been dumped, I've been broken up with, or I broke up with you. I'm not sure which story is getting the most traction. I'm not sure. I've heard that I moved away, that I don't even know. Who knows?
Well, tell the
Um,
truth. She did move. Hey, 80s girl,
didn't
but she didn't move to Fiji. She
right.
now lives with me here in Tennessee.
That's right. That's right. I have a van now that I have built out to be like a house. It's
Mhm.
so cool. Like I'm a van
God, I
lifer
love
now.
it.
That's me. I have a beautiful,
Sometimes
totally done up van. It's fantastic.
sometimes I go out and she cooks me waffles in the
Yes,
van.
I'm getting pretty good at
What
them, huh?
you really I'm
Well,
so impressed. Like she don't even use a waffle maker. She just digs the little holes out.
I use a fork and
Yeah.
make the tracks like peanut butter cookies, but with pancake batter, and they look like
Yeah.
waffles, and they're awesome.
Mhm. She puts my syrup on for me. I think we're falling in love. I'll let y'all know. Start that rumor.
She did not, K Buns. She did not. And you'd think after I moved all the way here that she would make her Chex Mix for me, but she didn't.
Well, let's
No,
just be honest. We can't stay me or you can't stay healthy enough to to
I
make
know.
Chex
Yes,
Mix or anything else.
right. So the truth is, you guys, I've been sick. I've been sick as a dog, uh, with weird diseases that I have not had in 20 years. So that's fun. And I'm not exaggerating. That's actually the truth. That's really what happened. I was sick, and
Mhm. I
so
know it.
I've been offline, really all the way logged off. I haven't been in Discords. I've gotten several messages. I
Mhm.
know I need to return your messages. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate to make people worried, but or feed your conspiracies, but it's just sick. That's it. Just sick. Had some antibiotics, got all better, and now I'm okay. So now I'm back. And I got
Chicken
missed a
pox.
lot, as from what I understand. But thank you. Yes, I got well wishes from several people, which is very kind of you, and thank you so much. You guys are so sweet to me. Um, but yeah, no, I had been sick with some stomach stuff, which no need to get detailed. Stomach stuff is enough. You get the point. And
Mhm.
then I think that led to something else that I
Mhm.
then was sick with, and then I had to deal with that. So now after a round of antibiotics, I seem to be good, knock on wood. I'm praying that I stay that way for 10 minutes, please, would be great. And we'll see.
I'm not saying it. I like that
Be
word though.
quiet. No one needs to speculate. You don't need to you don't need to wonder about my nether regions
Right.
and what may or may not be
People
problematic down there.
already worry about your nethers so much.
Everybody wants to know what's happening with my nethers. Who's
Mhm.
who's seeing those nethers? Who's not seeing those nethers?
Right.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Yeah, Wendy's pregnant? Yeah, let's get that going.
Sure. Sure. Why
We're
not?
hoping for a girl.
No, we're not. No. I'm a boy mom.
That's right. Girls scare her. But
But I
I'm glad
appreciate
you
the
came up.
prayers
It's been
for my nethers. Do you have lasting issues from your last big medical issue? No, I do not. Thank God. Don't wish that on me. I know. 6 feet, you too. Exactly. I know.
yeah,
Catching Randy diseases over here. It's impossible. I don't know how that's happening.
that's the truth. So we've decided to not tell one another when we have certain things going on because we're catching it, especially now that
I
she's living
know.
out in the
Now that I'm
driveway.
out in the van,
Yeah.
way more contagious now.
While she was sick, I let her sleep in here, and so I was live the other day, and she was over there kicking her feet up in the air, and I was like, "Rest, rest, Wendy, rest."
Thank you, 80s girl. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you've been sick. I know stomach issues all too well. Hope you're cured. Me too, Carrie. I hope I am too, and I hope that you are too. Like this,
Yeah.
no wish stomach issues on any damn body. It's awful.
Mm-mm. No.
But I did see some of the celebration. We got so much to talk. I don't know what you're planning on talking about, but
Well,
I'd love
that's
to
what I
share.
named
I'd love to
it.
share my little video that I made for this celebration.
You made one?
Remember, I sent it to you. Good Lord, terrible
I
friend. Thank you.
Hashtag bad friends. Bad friends, bad
Hashtag
friends.
bad friend. I noticed that there seemed to be a theme with the shells that she was picking up. They all seem to have something in common. So I just put together a little slideshow, and I just want to see if anybody else agrees with me.
I remember this video now.
I just want to see if anyone else sees what I see. Maybe I'm just a dirty birdie and I see things that I have no business
Do
seeing. I
you
don't know. That
I
could
added
be
it.
also the case. But
Do
I'll
you
play it
see
for you
what
guys,
I
and then
see?
you tell me if you see what I see. All right, here we go.
Let's get it on.
They're all the same.
I have
These all look like sex toys. I'm sorry. These are sex. These are phallic shaped sex toys. Merb, you dirty birdie. She picks them up
listen.
and she's like, "This is Mary." No, that's a penis.
Hey,
That's
Florida
not
Grape.
Mary. It's creeping me
Well,
out.
here's what I need. Someone to nicely, Body Cat, if you would nicely go over to Merb's chat and ask her if she will come and take a link. I have questions. Some
I'm sorry. I see that. I see what I see. Okay. Now I've had a lot of downtime lately. Maybe I'm reading too much into things, but these are all penis shells. They're all sex toy shells. All of them.
Look, 80s girl, I did see, hey Muppets, I did see feet and I saw what would look like a wooden shoe. You didn't say that?
She picked up one that had this big crack in it, and she's like, "Look, a pterodactyl." I can't with her.
What?
Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry, but you can hear in Carolyn's Cluster B is, we love them. They're champion, whoever they are, has put out a video, and you can just hear the exhaustion in Scooter's voice. Like they are done. I think they are there way too long. I think that is way too long to spend together. If they don't hate each other by the end, they're going to be plotting things against each other. Scooter sounds exhausted. She's like thankful that Merb goes to sleep like a fucking toddler. She's like, thank God. When she goes to sleep, it's probably the only time they can relax is when that bitch is asleep. And they're like, don't wake her up. She's only been asleep for 10 minutes.
Right. You know, she's down when she goes down for 3 hours. That's our chance.
It's probably the only break they get.
Mm-hmm.
They sound exhausted. They just sound exhausted.
Yesterday, so she's somehow ended up making that poor woman that rode with her, God bless her heart and soul, 12 hours late. Like, no shit. 12 hours late.
What?
For her flight.
She made her 12 hours late? How?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. She kept shopping and going into stores and leaving late.
Wait, Merb made her 12 hours late?
Yeah. She made her miss her flight. It was a big, they had to get a hotel room for another night.
Did
her
she
trip
pay for
home.
it?
I didn't ask. Next time I call Merb, I'll say, hey.
I hope that she paid for it. If you're
I
the one
doubt
who
it, though.
missed my plane, you're paying for my room, bitch. And my plane ticket.
You better believe it.
What a fucking narc. Oh, that makes me so mad. That's such a narc move right there.
Oh. So I'm listening for a minute. I could only take a minute. And I mean, Merb was like pretending all these stories. I mean, like, you know, she thought it was cute and it probably would have been once or maybe twice. But she's like, barn, there's a barn. I used to live in a barn. One time that I was running out of barn. And this woman, her husband is all in a panic because he wants her home. She's in a panic because she missed her flight. And Merb is streaming, just talking. After I got Jim to pull the pencil out of my ear, I just went ahead and turned it off. I'm like, I'm not going to do this to myself anymore.
Well, I don't know. I feel like 12 hours to me is an insanely amount of time to be. I mean, that's not late. You might as well not even go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's nothing but selfishness to me. You're being selfish at this point. You know, nobody's needs can come before hers, even if she has to catch a flight. Doesn't matter. I know, Jane. Good. I know, and that's insane to me. That's insane to me that these people paid, you know, their $15 for their flat Stanleys, you know, to be to go on vacation with her, and they don't see that's a whole scam. I don't get that. How do you not understand that you got completely taken advantage of? She's carrying a piece of paper around. You paid her
I,
$15 for that.
and I will say, that she would go live, and maybe the hell I watched more of it than I thought I did, because here I am. But she's like, nope, no, and you know how she always does it. I've even called it, like, I can tell when Merv is about to do an accent. I don't know why, but when she gets really uncomfortable or has no idea what to say, she will start talking like she's British. Just okay. She
Jesus.
will. Y'all will notice it more now. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I saw a couple of clips. I don't watch her. So I see the clips. I see what Boondocks puts out and I see what Cluster B puts out. And I saw her, hold up her hard mics, her little bottle of hard mics that she had to share with somebody because, we don't want to be under the influence.
Right.
And
then
she was
she's like,
kind
I'm
of
gonna be sick.
stumbling over herself, talking about being sick and vomiting. And she didn't want to be hung over tomorrow on her little half a bottle of hard mics, like a sophomore in high school. Like, that's how you sound right there. Total complete idiot, but whatever. And then, I saw the clip where she said, she was a dancer and a ballet dancer and a tap dancer, and she's been on stage and she's a star and all this stuff. And, to that, I reply, sure, Jan, sure, whatever.
We all were. We all were. We thought, and you know what? My oldest daughter was one too. As long as I paid the $150 for the outfit,
Yeah,
she could be a star of the show.
I got Asher in tap right now. She's great.
Yeah. And jazz.
Yeah,
it was ballet, tap, and jazz.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's working on the jazz pause. She'll get it.
Yeah.
She'll get it. I have faith in her. And Life Rewinded. Yes, I did see your video. I did.
Yes.
You just
but what I was gonna say, like,
when are they done with this? When is this trip over? It feels like it's been going on for 6 months.
It has. She's on her way home now. She's just taking her time, which I don't blame her. You could take your time. You can't take someone else's time.
Thank you. Perfect way to say that. Yeah, you have all the time in the world, but all these other people that have schedules and planes and things that they got to catch and times and responsibilities at home or whatever, they can't too. It's not just your time schedule that's important, Merv. Like, you realize that, right?
She said she was the second to leave and the second to last one to get home. I think that's what she said. Only behind the woman that she made 12 hours late.
So, of course, it has to be some kind of a competition. How strange. Everything has to be a competition with her, and she has to win.
But she would say, I haven't watched any haters. I haven't watched any YouTube. And then somebody would co-sign, be in the background. That's right. They don't matter.
Right.
And she would say it, like, I don't know, several times. Nope. Haven't watched any. Nothing.
Right.
And then yesterday, Gary, he was in Florida Gray. Florida Gray ladies.
Gary is. Who's Gary?
I don't know Gary, but I met him the other night in that stream. And even though Merv doesn't watch, Gary got admonished in front of a lot of people. He went into Merv's chat, and there was poor Gary, stuck like a deer in the headlights because he was in another chat. I thought, if you don't watch,
was in a chat where he shouldn't have been.
Love you, Shamat. Yes.
Hey, Shamat, love you, Dolly.
But he wouldn't have been if she hadn't been watching. And
they get told. No, she gets told too. Even if, she might watch, I don't know. But even if she doesn't watch, she gets told. People come and tell. They love that. People love that job. They love to be the one to come and tell you, oh, that's what I saw. And probably, and most people, I shouldn't even say it like that, because most people, I think that they're doing a favor. They're doing something that's going to make the person happy. And in Merv's case, it probably does, because then she gets to yell at somebody and, be a narc. She loves that.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is this, like, all right, you see Pensacola Persephone in our chat. They have this addiction to shells. So they come in here and would talk about shells with me. Hey, Prickly Pear. And then, Pensacola Persephone will go and merge. You don't see me upset. I'm not upset at all. Go Pensacola. Love who you love. It's allowed. It's allowed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care where people go either. That doesn't bother me. Um,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
but if I found out that there's no limit to the shells you can get where I'm going. I'm a little worried.
Didn't she say she had like 100 pounds of shells? Is that true? Or was that an
Well,
exaggeration?
you aren't shellfish, and I love that girl. No, you do. Well, I think she got so many shells that she had to buy an extra rack for her vehicle.
Oh my god. Wow.
And
And
I
they're
don't
all
think
shaped the same, people. They're all the same shape, all these shells, every single one of them.
Hi, Tracy. I'm wondering though, I have to wonder if some of them aren't rocks. Like what comes out of a shell shaped like a penis? What came out of that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know.
I'll get 200 pounds. We're taking
Did
my
you
little
see the
car.
minivan packed from bottom to top with the newly acquired roof? No, I don't watch her, so I have no idea. I thought I heard that there was 100 pounds of shells, and I didn't know if that was somebody exaggerating or if that was like legit, like that's sincere. If that's true or not? I have no idea.
Right, Olivia. Well, here's the thing. It's I don't like to shop on a vacation. I'm that person. Like I start getting really pissed off just looking for souvenirs.
Yeah, I don't like shopping anyway. I'm not a shopper anyway. I like
Mm-mm.
going around and looking at stuff. I don't enjoy that at all. I will
No.
shop online. I'm fine with that. But I don't like going to the mall or going to the store. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like now, if
So
it's a
that's not
thrift
how
store,
I wouldn't wanna spend my, vacation
no,
doing that.
no, I don't want to spend my vacation, and I don't want to, even though it always seems like it's harder to pack your bags on your way home. I'm sorry, Terry.
Terry, I think I saw a comment that you made in Make a Mobsters chat about me.
Oh,
Um, yes, Tracy, same girl. And, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, you were lied to about that. I guess Laura told her that she comes after or I think Terry, correct me if it's not you, then just disregard this whole thing. But the comment that I saw was somebody, I believe Terry, said that Laura told her or people in the chat or she was in the chat that she comes after me because I went after Jonice. And I mean, that's
oh,
not true, first of all. And Laura
no.
doesn't really come after me um, either, but she doesn't like me, and the feeling is mutual. But not because of Jonice, because of many, many, many other things.
I,
Mostly the incessant lies. Other than that, we're good.
well, I'll say last night I was listening to Laura, which that doesn't, and no, this is not shade. I just don't listen to Laura a lot.
No, neither.
And, I was like, well, okay. I mean,
Yes, Terry. That's why your name
mm,
stands out to me. Yeah, I thought that was you.
oh, I will do that, for
Oh, that
Pensacola.
would be so pretty.
I will do that. All I need is a stick. Oh, I can use my finger. Never mind. Just, in the movies that people usually do it with a stick. Um, I forgot what I was. Oh, Laura last night, she said she's leaving for a while and only
Take a
gonna
break.
do, yeah, taking a
Yeah.
break. And good. Good for you,
100%. I highly recommend it. Are you kidding?
Mhm.
Like everybody needs to log the fuck off. You especially when this place starts getting to you. And I mean, not that I ever now listen, no shade, but Laura's not really big with the introspection. Okay. She's not very insightful. But um I think she will find that if she does take a break, she might be happier. Um and less likely to say maybe some of the things that she says. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe there's
Yeah.
no hope. No idea. But I highly recommend logging off regardless of the reason, whatever your reason is, if you're not well, or if you're cranky, or if it's just overwhelming, or you just want to
Mhm.
go hang out with the three-dimensional people in your life. Go do it.
Yeah,
Highly
that's what
recommend.
I need this break. And it's not even because of anybody in our community. I branched out a little,
Mhm.
that.
I do.
And Lisa's getting to me because
Mhm.
I can't.
I can't see how she wouldn't get to you because
Yeah.
that situation feels very hopeless from our perspective. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing we're going to be able to do. I
No.
don't think we're going to publicly shame her. I mean, I say we, even though I'm not really been involved in it, but regardless,
No, we're not.
I don't know that anyone is going to publicly shame her into better behavior. To
Right.
me, it sounds
Mm-mm.
like this is a job for sources in the community, the resources there
Yeah.
that she might have available to her, because I don't see how anything that some YouTube channel says about her is going to motivate her into changing her behavior. I don't see that that's going to happen.
No.
You know,
No, I don't
she doesn't seem to
think.
care what anybody else thinks. So I think that I don't. From everything I've seen, it's to me feels like services need to be in place. Like, where's social services? Where are the police? I don't know. Just to me,
Well,
feels.
social services have been there. They took her son. Uh, and
And I
she's
mean, and not
supposed to.
because I want her to have people taken away from her or want her to be in trouble. I just think obviously she's in over her head.
Mhm.
This,
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, today it was. I mean, the lies. I'm starting to just. It's starting to get to me, and I am hooked on watching her,
yeah,
and it's begging. I mean, she got down to pleading today, and people are so mean. And listen, if any, I know that some people are watching, and I've already told some people this. Some woman, somebody, and it's a woman. She said it was a girl named Randy is giving her money on her Cash App and taking it back. That is not me. There's must be another Randy around, or it's a guy, but it's not me. I would never do that. I think that is the cruelest thing that they could do to her right now
yeah. I
because
mean, there's no point in doing that, and that's
mm-mm,
and I know that's not your goal either. Is to send people over to harass her. I know that's not what I mean. Please don't do that. If anyone's doing it,
our people they don't harass her.
I think she
They
gets
wash it.
harassed though, right? From her own community, right? Her own
Oh yeah,
people.
yeah. Her TikTok community.
Yeah,
Yes. I mean, she's built. sh- d- it- I don't want to say it's an anti fan base. It's not a fan base,
right.
but we are like literally, I feel strongly about people that give her money are absolutely handing her money to die.
Mm,
And that's what we're watching. I don't think anyone should give her money, but I don't think she needs kicked harder. And I admit it's hard to not get mad because today she's like, I have 5 minutes to get money for cleaning supplies. They're going to be here in 5 minutes. I got to go get smokes, cleaning supplies, and clothes. Like, you got 5 minutes before they get there and you got to walk to the store and back. You're not going to make it.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's
it's
just
not true. It's for
not
drugs
true,
and or
right?
hugs or rugs or whatever they're calling them.
Yeah, she always sounds like she must have money to pay kidnappers. Yeah, everything that I've ever seen, and I haven't seen everything or much even, but it's very desperate. Just begging people to give her money, and I don't know.
Well, sometimes she'll start off cocky, you know, and then when she's not, and I've noticed lately less people are sending her money, and that's because for the last few weeks it's been hundreds on hundreds.
Yeah,
And um so I think people are catching on and they're done. And that's killing her, but that's what has to happen. Not killing her physically, really, but that's what has to happen because your money is going for drugs. Don't do it.
because
Don't do
she
it.
does drugs or she gives them to somebody else.
She does them.
Oh,
And then to find out because she has done them with her son, and that's it, and she's admitted that. And to find out he's 15, I mean, it's bad enough to do any kind of that with your children, but to find out that he's 15,
Wow. See,
I
that to
mean,
me is like
mm,
police need to be involved in that.
well,
There's
and
nothing we're gonna be able to say about that. We don't, what are we can't do anything about that. Police need to be involved in that.
right. Can we? I mean, it's. I think there's other people that do the legal stuff that are trying because
I hope so because it sounds like, that's what needs to
yeah,
to happen. Not that I,
yeah.
want that for anybody, but if she's gonna live, she's not going to do that without intervention, I would think. But
Well, I would rather see her in jail than gone.
yeah. Have you seen Hey Tara K, good to see you, Dolly. Hey Cassandra. I didn't say hi to anybody. I see you all though. I'm so happy to see you guys. I missed y'all.
You've been
Um,
missed.
have you seen the older videos where she tried to say her youngest had cancer and was scamming
Mhm.
for money for that too? I don't even
Mm.
understand how this woman still has a channel.
She has like, look, I'm gonna need y'all to pay me too. She she has like 6 because she gets taken down a lot. I don't
Yeah.
understand, that how TikTok works, but now she's trying to charge people to be her mod. Oh,
Wow.
pony up.
And people are doing that, huh? I'm surprised that
No.
people do that.
I think there was one that done it, and they went in and they unblocked, like, a lot of the people that are mean to her. Like, I'm not it's not funny, but
Yikes. Hey,
and then they
Batty.
took
Good to see you, honey.
their money back, Do you think she's definitely going to No, she's not going to IOP. Her sister done a thing, and her methadone clinic is considered IOP, and today she went live while she's supposed to be at IOP, and she said, "I'm on lunch break." So she
What
walked, like, 6
what's
miles from
IOP? Is that something outpatient?
intensive outpatient, and she's supposed
Intensive
to do
outpatient.
court-ordered IOP to get her son back, and she's not doing it.
And she's not doing it. Damn.
She blames
Dang,
everyone
Tara.
else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Her
that's what
her
I'm saying. Well, we need a yeah, that I mean, like I said, this is so above our pay grade. This is way more intense
Mhm.
than we can do anything about is
Yeah.
the thing. I feel like anyway.
Yeah, I pulled her on to it was more of an awareness thing, and then I get just like that, you know, don't you, Mother God? Then I get, like, so invested that it's too much. It's too much to put on my shoulders. I do it myself,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, and I'm glad you're taking a break from it because
mhm.
I think you deserve one first of all. And you're going on vacation and you don't need to bring that with you.
No, it's not going in. Hey, Miss Leah, good to see
Hey,
you.
Miss Leah, good to see you, Dolly. Good night, Charlie.
Not Charlie. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow. Um,
So I saw earlier in the chat, going back to Merv for just a quick second.
mhm.
People were saying that she's supposed to go by. Okay, I don't know this story, so you're gonna have to tell me this story. But my crazy life said I thought Merv was gonna stop by L's. Can you imagine talking someone into moving across the country? I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop my yawn. Sorry. Moving across the country to use them and then completely ignoring them. So there's two parts of that story that I need help understanding. Who is L? And Merb talked L into moving across the country?
Mhm.
And
And
third, did she see her? Did she go see her? So those are the questions I have. Go.
I don't know if she went to see her. Um, she's saying that she, of course, went to see Sandy Rozak because
Of course, because
you can't.
famous.
Because I'll tell you why. Because Merv can't take a hint.
Well, because yeah, she wants to be able to tell everybody that she's best friends with
Hey,
this woman.
Centria.
And that's way more important than any of the women that she, actually want to be her friend versus Sandy, who can't change the locks fast enough.
Right, right. But yeah, and she said Sandy cut her hair and she looks 10 years younger. Well, she must have cut her hair and had a magic wand. Sign me up for that treatment. So, Elle is on her panel all the time, yeah. And Janae, who, I would love to have a chit chat with Janae, but Janae was mean to us back when she was a
Well, a lot of
Murbanite.
people are mean to us when their leader tells them to be mean.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what something I don't know that Merb has ever told them to be mean to us or whatever,
Wonderful
but
cousins.
I think that people do that not knowing who we are at all or haven't had any conversation with us whatsoever, but simply because we don't like the person they like. So
Yeah.
they say, horrible, terrible things. We've had several people over the years that have come to us and been like, there's several in our chat, even even in my Discord that I talk to that used
Same.
to hate me, absolutely say the worst horrible things about me. And then, you know, fall out with that creator and get to know me and change their mind because now they know who I am and they know a little more about me and I'm not any of the things that they're usually told I am.
Right. Same. Prickly Pear. I've not spoken to her. I don't have a plan on her coming on or anything like that. And I don't know. Like since Rhea said, we don't know facts. I think there are a few people that may know some facts, but from what I gather, Elle has some health problems, and they talked her into moving in the area of, and if I get it wrong, someone correct me. Elle moving close to Janae, so Janae could help her, like go to the doctor, go to church, and do stuff like that. Hey, Maud, and it was just too much for Janae to handle, and there was a falling out, and there's Elle now living in wherever Janae lives, and they're not even friends anymore. And Elle didn't get to go on. I got it right. Thank you, Adventures with Beth. And so Elle's kind of stuck, but she don't want to lose Merb. She didn't get to go on the celebration. I'd say her health won't let her. But that's just me. I'm guessing on
So
that one.
so was she expecting a visit from Merb? Is Merb like close to her? Oh,
Uh,
and they're in South Carolina now. And
well, she's
that's where the super secret vacation spot is, right? It's in
yeah,
South Carolina.
yeah, because they said it. I mean,
Oh.
honestly, I wouldn't have known. There's a million beaches.
Well, I mean, here's a small hint. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to come stalk you on your vacation. And if they do, they're fucking wackadoos. Don't do that.
Wendy, she got recognized at a
Sure,
restaurant, don't you know?
sure, sure she did.
That
Me too. I
Trisha
can't tell
Paytas.
you how many, every time I go out, it got 2 or 3 people flagging me down, talk about Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I'm a little scared to go on vacation, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Merv scouted out apartments for her to move to.
So I'm hoping that so now that Merb is in the area, um, people are wondering if she's going to visit Elle, and is Elle expecting her to go there? I hope she does.
Well, she's not in South Carolina anymore, so that ship sunk.
Oh dear.
Yeah. No, Merv's not moving. No. Elle moved from Carolina to the other place, California, to the other place to be close, I guess, to Janae. And, you know,
And that fell out.
yeah. Well, I mean, come on. There's nobody that is gonna I'm not gonna obligate myself to a friend. Like I'm obligated to take my kid. If my kids need me to do something, I'm there. Grandkids, something like that. But a friend, I can't say, hey, I'm gonna put my whole life
Right.
in
In your
on
hands.
yeah, in your hands. You decide what we do.
Right. And
Oh,
I'm
you
not going to be able to function unless you're part of it. I was like, whoa. Like, that's a
right.
huge, huge responsibility to give to someone you met on the internet. I don't know. But I don't
It
know the
is.
friendship. I don't know anything about them, but that does seem like a lot. That seems like a really heavy thing. And now what? Now what do you do? Because now you live there, or does she not have family? Look at me getting all invested. I don't even know this person. I'm
I don't
sorry,
know.
Elle. I don't have any
Yeah.
business asking about your private business. I'm so sorry. I just got my sorry. Let me get a hold of myself a little bit. I don't even know this lady, but I hope for the best for you, for to be just truthful. I just hope you're all right.
Yeah, I hope she's okay. I'm sorry she didn't get to go on the celebration. I don't know Elle. And I don't know Janae. I know, like I said, that Janae has said some things that so I hope that eventually we can speak. That's it. Um,
Well,
could
maybe now that you've put it out, I know, Brenda. Listen to me. I'm like, give me your phone number. I mean, I need to make sure she's okay. I don't even know you. I'm sorry, lady. Let me back up like 4 steps. Hold on. Get a hold of myself. Um,
I don't
as far
know,
as
honestly.
Janae goes,
It's
I don't know Janae either, and maybe she doesn't know that you would welcome a conversation with her. So now that you've put that out into the universe, maybe she will decide to leave you a comment. And if not, feel free to leave a comment of, fuck yourselves. Okay,
Mhm.
we'll do. You can do
Or
that too.
if you're already in here and you changed your name, my bad, girl, my bad. I didn't know.
Right. Wendy will fix it. Yes. Right. What am I gonna do? I know, Brenda. God, get me get a hold of my damn self.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's funny. I appreciate the questions. I don't know all this stuff either. Yeah, I don't. I never know the backstory to things. Honestly, very rarely do I understand all the pieces. I usually have to get filled in on stuff too. So
Well,
it is what it is.
I know that people get mad because I'll come in and I'll be like, "Hey, Mary, okay." Um,
Hi,
I'm like,
Mary.
somebody catch me up, and I know it's aggravating, but I don't know either, and that's why I'm afraid to tell some stories because I don't know the ins and outs. Like I don't. That would have to you'd have to be really really close to me for you going to church depends on if I wake up on time.
Right.
So that would just not.
Well, and I don't know what kind of life, either of them have, but I know me just thinking of myself, I'm not in a position to be able to offer somebody that kind of life sustaining access to myself. I'm not in a position to do that. I'll fail is what I know. I will fail you and then I'll feel terrible. So I'm not even going to offer it. But that's just me.
Oh, she
Maria
did
only
cut a
likes
lot
my
off her hair.
Oh, let's see.
I'm trying to. Oh, it's somebody somebody made a little.
Let's see it. Bring it in.
Mm,
No?
yeah, I'm gonna put it in our messages because I think I am
All right.
because it's in my main room. Not that I have a super secret main room or anything like that, but can I copy it? Yeah, I can. Okay. There it is. Okay. Grab it.
Am I pulling it in or are you?
Well, I was trying to grab it. It's not.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't do it that way. You're going to have to save it. Here, let me save it.
Okay.
All right. I got it. Hang on. All right. Let me pull it in. All right. Tell me when you're ready. I've not seen this, so let's see what it is.
Look, I don't know if it's 10 years younger, but I do like her hair more.
Oh, that's funny. All right, what else do I got? Let's see.
Well, I had put in the title ownership, if we could talk a little bit about the live stream today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I went in there.
Well, you need to tell people who you're talking about and what you're
Okay.
saying.
Oh, yeah. Why am I just acting like read my mind, y'all? Read my mind. It's like, who? So there was some trouble. Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't feel that involved in the situation, honestly. So I didn't feel involved at all. Actually, it wasn't my Kiki ramblings. They call it. I don't know why they call it the community kitty. I don't understand that, but had gathered up all the money, and because to
And I have to
donate to
explain. Oh, go ahead.
to
Sorry. Go.
okay. Jonice, when she passed away, they took up money to send to Jonice's husband. And so something about the PayPal. Hey, Aaron, something about the PayPal would only let her send half, and then a little bit later would only then let her send the other half. So she sent half of it, and there was also some bears that have Jonice's voice involved from Build-A-Bear. So there were a couple of live streams, and probably more, but I didn't see if there were. I didn't see them because the second part of the money didn't get sent, and I think it ended up being $600. Am I wrong?
I think, yeah, 600 and change. I'm not exactly sure of the amount, but
And
the truth is that Kiki said that she sent it, and then come to find out she didn't.
mhm.
And so then in the midst of all of that, there was other stuff happening, arguing and leaving discords and da da da. And
Mhm.
so people thought, well, the truth, I guess, tried to contact Kiki and couldn't get her on Discord and thought she was blocked. But really, it was just because they weren't in any shared Discords. And that has happened to us even a few times,
Mhm.
where if you leave a Discord and you don't share a server with anybody, it'll look like you're blocked, but really you're not. You just need to send a friend request and get back to communicating. So maybe that is maybe it is as simple as that. Maybe it's not. Maybe Kiki would not have wanted to talk to her. I have no idea. That's not our business. That's not even what we're talking about. But it is part of why people couldn't get a hold of her, to help her explain. And then she deleted her channel and kind of disappeared. And so there were a couple streams done, and people were genuinely, worried, upset. They want to know where this money went. Why didn't you send it? What's going on? So she came live today. She did a stream this morning and took what to me seemed like full responsibility. Said that she should never have said that she sent it when she hadn't. She said that she really thought that she did send it, and she didn't. So she eventually sent it, and it's all there now. She doesn't understand why the bears were not ordered or were not delivered. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what she's saying. I've not seen all these receipts, and I've not even cared to look. So they might be on community pages by now. I don't know. I haven't even looked.
Yeah, she has put out some receipts today, but
Okay.
I think right after Truth had her stream, and I haven't. Truth, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Same.
Yeah.
And none of this is on her. I don't know who is blaming her. She seemed to indicate that people were trying to hold her responsible for this, and I don't I don't even understand the math that would
No, I
be
think I don't, I think hey, Irene, I think she felt responsible because it was possibly her idea to take up money, or, she felt responsible. And that was her words, I feel responsible. And I never once thought that Tracy was responsible
no,
for,
no, that didn't
mm-mm,
ever occur to me that she would somehow be responsible for this. That didn't.
mm-mm.
I
No,
didn't think
but I
that.
understand, and I understand her thinking she was blocked because, like you said, that's happened to us.
Mhm.
Um, so, it was a whole bad situation. And, I don't know whatever happened, like privately, with them talking about that other girl. I can't remember her, Lisa. I don't have anything to do with. I don't know her, but when Kiki came live today and said what she said, she came live and she said, I said I sent it on the first. I genuinely thought I did. I ended up sending it on the third. There are receipts of that. Hey, Mary. And she said, basically, I don't know. I mean, what she said was she's sick and she was self medicating.
Yeah. And
And,
she was mixing substances, which is never a
mhm,
good idea. And can be life
no,
threatening even just doing that. But what she said, some of the things that she said that stuck out to me, she did seem to own her shit in my eyes. She
yeah,
did. Now maybe the people involved will feel differently and they have every right to. And I certainly don't want to invalidate other people that were upset and hurt by what
no,
she did and
no.
what happened. The part that I seem to be thinking about the most
And like,
is her saying that she people ask how she's doing, and she always says she's fine. Well, she's not fine. She's not fine.
no,
And I get that. I get telling people you're fine when you're not. I understand that. um
yeah,
I think a lot of us probably understand that.
yeah, because,
um
yeah, you don't
you don't
feel
want to
like,
put that on other people. You don't want to dump all
mhm,
that on other people because nobody's fine here. Like, we're all got stuff.
mhm,
Some of us have major, major stuff. Others have little stuff, but it's all stuff. We all have stuff.
yeah,
And it's easier and quicker to just say you're fine than to open up the bag and start dealing with all the shit that's in it. Well, I got this going on. Okay, here, you hold this, and here, let me look through this. Oh, hold this while I dig out the other thing. It's it's all, it's just a bag of shit. It's stuff. We all have stuff that we're going through. Health stuff, money stuff, friend stuff, whatever it is. Maybe a combination of everything.
mhm.
And I hope that she stops herself medicating first and foremost.
Well, she
I
said she had
And she
stopped.
said she
She's
has, and I hope that that's true. Um, and I do give her props for coming online and just saying, "I own it. You're right. I totally screwed that up. I shouldn't
no
have done that."
excuses.
No excuses. She gave a little bit of an explanation, but not as an excuse, just an explanation.
Yeah,
And said, she's sorry. I mean, what else is she supposed to do? Now, the other stuff about faking screenshots and putting out false allegations about Lisa 54 and all this other stuff. I hope they all can work that out, or
yeah,
come
me
to some
too.
kind of understanding with that. But that doesn't have anything to do with us, and I don't know all the details, and I don't even feel comfortable even weighing in on it because I don't know everything. So that didn't happen in
Yeah,
any Discord that I'm in. So
no, we have
um,
we have no business weighing in on that
none,
part. Yeah,
none. That's not anything to do with
we're
us.
aware. Yeah,
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 exactly. So you don't have to tell us to mind our business. We are.
yeah.
But
But I
yeah,
was, I went in there. I'm like, man, I'm proud of you. Just to have somebody say, you know, I fucked up,
yeah.
and
I
I
fucked up
was,
and I'm sorry and I fixed it. And she fixed
mhm,
it as well as she could have, right? I mean, she sent everything that she was supposed to send. She did some kind of I don't know if there were more bears ordered or something, and I don't know if they got 18 bears in the house, then good. That's fine. Um the more the merrier, I'm
yeah,
sure.
that's a blessing. That's
That's
going to turn
nice.
out to be a
Yeah.
blessing.
I'm sure
Um,
that they want everything. So,
yeah.
um, hopefully, hopefully that puts it to bed. I don't know if it does or not, and there might be other things that people are still bothered by, but I just I don't know. When she said that thing about, when I say that I'm fine, I'm not, I wasn't. I just I don't know. I get it. I absolutely
Mhm,
get
I
that.
do.
I'm guilty of it myself. When people ask me how I'm doing, I'm fine. And you're not always fine. And a
No.
lot of us do that, I think, because we don't want to put it on someone else, let alone, a group of people or anybody. You don't have to carry my shit. I got it. I can carry my shit. Well,
Yeah.
you start carrying too much and you're gonna drop it. And that's what happened, it seems.
Yeah,
Um,
that's how I feel too, yeah. And,
yeah.
yeah, it always feels good because Wendy will be fine until she finally will just sometimes you give me a little, and
Mm.
I'm always so glad because I think you need to, and, but
Yeah.
Wendy doesn't ever want me to carry her load.
No, I don't want anyone to carry my load ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Mostly because I feel like, and I don't know how true this is. This might just be a lie that I tell myself, but I feel like my load is self-induced. Like you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If I'm in some shit, it's probably because I put myself in some shit. So why does
Well,
anyone else need to get me out of that? I'll get myself out. But I don't know if that's stubborn, stupid. I don't know. Maybe both. I don't know. Like, that's a lot of, self-reflection needs to go into,
yeah.
why I do that. But I do it. I know that I do that. And I don't usually like other people to know anything or have to take care of me in any way. Um,
Yes, Amy, all I said was, say, "I'm alive." That's it. That's it.
right.
Start yours.
Dolly, that's how I am too. Do people really want to know? I don't know. All
Well,
right, Madeline, enjoy, girl. It is
yeah,
hard. It's definitely hard to ask for help. I'm probably never. I don't ask for help, especially here. I don't think I do
no, you
very
don't.
often because there's going to be 85 people that have to judge it, and
Mhm.
rightfully so. I'm sure I've judged you asking for help, so you can judge me if I do it too. That's fine. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It just felt like a moment to offer someone some grace, and I liked that you did that. Kiki's not friends with us. Our
No.
last interaction with Kiki, she jumped up on Diane's panel to, I guess, try to drag us. So we don't have any kind of friendship with her. But I guess what she had to say today touched me, I guess, in a way,
Me too.
because I felt like I just felt it. I related to it. Um, and I understand the I'm fine when I'm not. I do understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in a Discord chat where somebody will say, "How are you?" and I've got the crying lump, and I'm like, "I'm gonna mute," because you don't know. Maybe something has happened. Usually, something has happened. And it's
Yeah.
just was the wrong time to even go in a chat, but it's happened. But you said, "Do people genuinely care?" Well, the other day, Jim said, "Hey, how are you?" to somebody, and they went into a life story.
Mhm.
And you wanna talk about someone who is extremely uncomfortable with that stuff, that's my Jim.
Yeah.
And, he's like, "Well, I'll be praying for you," and just walked off. And I'm like, "What are you
Yeah, see, that's not I don't know how you do that. I mean, that's amazing. That's I guess that's all you can do, right? But and maybe that's the guy, version of doing that because women will sit down and, will sit there and talk to you for 6 hours and,
Mhm.
give you phone number, give you email address, make sure call me, check in with me 85 times. Um it's a bigger process for us. It's way bigger. We never just get to say, "Okay, be praying for you," and walk off. We can't do that.
No, because, he
It's
when
we're
Jim
involved now. I have to be
y
involved with you now.
well, when Jim walked away, there I am, and absolutely, Amer. I'm hugging the man. I gave him my phone number.
Of course. See?
Yeah.
See? That's
If you need
exactly what
anything,
happens.
and
I'm
Jim
involved
goes,
now.
yeah,
I have to see it through to the end. So I'm gonna
yes,
hold your hand and we're gonna walk through this together, stranger I just met on the street,
yeah,
and I'm gonna totally help you through this.
yep, and we're gonna get through this.
We are gonna get through
We are,
this together. I got you.
yes,
What's your name again? Okay.
and that's it. Right now, I don't remember his name, so I'm just,
See? Oh my god. Oh boy.
yeah,
I know, Tara. I do know that, and that's why I try to not disappear uh too often like that, because I do know that people worry, and if you don't, I don't give my phone number out to people usually. So you don't really have a way to get a hold of me unless you message me on Twitter or Discord, or somebody that knows Randy, or Randy and she can fill
mhm.
you in. Um, and so I knew she was kind of filling you guys in that I was okay, um,
And
without,
people would,
filling all my business.
yes, I didn't spill your business, and
It's weird that people run with weird theories and have all these conspiracies. I think that's a little strange, but it is boring around here these days. So whatever keeps you occupied, I suppose.
it really is. Like there's nothing. Is this the calm before the storm? Um, I've been over here in my own lane trying to save lives. Doing what I can for society and not getting in other people's shit because it,
Right.
Hills in the Air passed away. Godspeed.
It feels like this community has lost a
Yeah.
lot of people, especially recently. I mean, because we have,
Hmm.
statistically speaking, I feel like this is the most we've lost in this short amount of time, um, ever in the years that we've been here. And I don't know, it just makes you feel like this just isn't worth it. I don't care, dude. Do you hate me? It's fine. I'll
Yeah.
be all right. So
I
will you.
mean, if you pick a fight, well, I'm gonna fight back. But
Yeah, if I really want to. Otherwise, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to convince these people who decide that they don't like me, uh, that,
oh yeah,
to,
if I've already written you off, I don't give a fuck what you think.
yeah. Heels in the Air. You don't know who that is? She was a channel holder in the community. And I
Mhm.
guess one night during a live stream, she left the panel and, uh,
Fail.
and I'm sorry, I got sidetracked because I was reading Tara's
Oh,
comment. I'll respond to that in just 1 second. Um, no, I didn't, Brenda. I didn't. But I guess she fell, and I don't know what happened, but she ended up passing away. And
whoops! Really, Tara? Look, I didn't see him.
it's hard
Yeah,
because I
and
can't be intrusive. Just know if one of y'all are gone or something happens or going through something that we do not know of, I wonder, worry, and care. Oh, bless your heart, Tara. I get that because I worry about you, and there's lots of people when I haven't seen them in a while. I wonder, like, oh God, and I don't have any way to get a hold of you. And so I do get that. I do understand that. And that's not ever my intention to make anyone worried, um, about me or anything like that. And so I'm sorry if I worried anybody. I didn't mean to do that.
she,
Exactly, knitting artisan.
yeah, and right, when someone has just passed away unexpectedly, and you don't hear from a friend, you're like, okay, wait, and you
Yeah.
start counting. Is it? It's in threes. Does it count when it's internet? I don't know. And yeah,
Well,
hey,
we're
Brantley,
past 3 now. So if it, I don't know. I
right?
just feel like I don't know when it's not just when that happens, but I just feel like that happening also kind of makes me just, look at what I'm doing. Am I doing anything that's worthwhile? Am I doing anything that is
Yeah,
useful or good? Or am I just fighting with assholes on the internet? Like, what am I doing?
right.
Because who cares? Like, I don't care. I'm never going to see some of these people ever in my life. And what are we
Mm-mm.
really fighting over? What is there something that we're actually fighting over, or do we just not like each other?
I think, and not everybody's going to get along, and not you're going to meet people you don't like. And the great thing about that is a lot of times when you get to know someone you thought you didn't like, you
Right.
do like them. And then sometimes people you think you really like, you get to know them and you don't like them. It's just
Right.
life.
Right.
So, and that's why, and I mean, I'll be honest, with me talking about that fruitcake, which I'm taking a break from her. Sorry, Wendy.
I think that's wise.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
You know, Wendy was concerned because she's like, "Do you think that, you're gonna look like a bully?" And I'm like, "I don't give a fuck."
Well, yeah, I
But
mean,
no.
because it looks like, now, just me, outsider, just my
Mhm.
perspective. It looks like you're picking a fight with a total stranger who's never done anything to anybody. No, certainly never done anything to us. And I just said, I just worry that, we're looking like, here we go. We're just jumping into your life and, we're here to fuck it up.
Me too.
And we don't even know this person.
Right.
Like, she
But
don't
see,
know
and
us.
this is she doesn't know. Well, she's not you. She's just meeting you, and it's too bad we're not on one. But the thing is that it's not about. I'm not trying to bully her. I'm trying to get her to stop being a bully to her mother-in-law and to her sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And that goes back to me answering the question, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I just arguing with people for no reason because they was I can't even think of anything right now because they were in a chat I didn't like, or I was in a chat they didn't like, or I said something once they didn't like 5 years ago. So, B melts a boxing 7, 8 years ago, and now they're still talking about it. Um, two pieces of shit,
You
talking about
didn't
my
even
husband.
mail it. You didn't even mail that Suboxone. Like, do
No,
you realize that how you just said that? You said me mailing Suboxone years
no, I
ago.
said B. I said
Oh,
B
I thought you
mailing.
said me. Okay.
No, I said B.
B. B. Okay.
B.
Okay.
And people accusing me of doing things I know I didn't do, live with it. Live with it then. If
Oh,
you think that, go ahead. But what I'm doing is I'm hoping to goodness I'm saving a woman from being abused, because that's absolutely elder abuse. And if you can watch somebody get hit in the face with food and sit down and say nothing, or accuse me of bullying somebody that's almost 40 years old, that's on you.
yeah.
That's your problem. That's a you problem. That's not a Randy problem. Because fuck that bitch.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
I do
And
get
and not only, and I'll just tell you, it's not just, well, I'm not saying nothing else, but it's abuse to both of the women, and it's not fair. And
Well, like I said,
say something.
right. But we need to say something to the right people, I think. Yeah. Randy, you're getting worked up again.
Calming down, calming
Yeah.
down. Right.
Well, I
Right.
started noticing an issue when every time Randy would talk to me on the phone, she would sound like that, just how she did right there. I was like, do you think maybe you need a break from this woman?
She
I don't
did
know.
say that. She did say that.
I'm
I'm like,
just,
"Did you see?" I'm like, "How
just
are
worried,
you?
a
I
little bit
miss
worried.
you. Did you see my stream about that bitch?" And that's
She's sending me videos and shit. I'm like, let me tell you guys the rabbit hole that I'm about to jump down today, which I know I'm late to the rabbit hole. I'm always late to the rabbit hole. I'm the turtle hole, frankly. I'm always the last one down the rabbit hole, which is fine. I've accepted it. But I'm going down the Micah Miller rabbit hole. Is anybody else in that rabbit hole with me? Am I going to see any of you there? Because this is very suspicious, her death. Micah Miller, who's married to
Mhm.
the pastor, her death was ruled a suicide, but the husband, her estranged husband, rushed her to cremation, and so they can't even examine anything and do any kind of investigation. But apparently, there are so many people that knew there was a problem, have
Mhm.
said things like, if something happens to Micah, he did it. Micah has even said something like that. If something happens to me, he did it. Apparently, according to her father, she bought this gun for protection, not to take her own life. The husband, I'm all over the place, but the husband, when he told his congregation, He preached 2 full sermons and
Mhm.
then told his congregation that his wife died the night before and did not talk about it and just leave. Like, that's weird, right? That's weird. There's so many things about this case that is just bizarre. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. And according to the dad, we maybe we'll go through this case because
I think we
according
should.
to
And
according to her dad, there were defensive marks on her arms and hands, which how would you do that if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound? There was a gunshot round like in a tree next to her, like something missed. Apparently on the call, you hear voices, maybe some screaming, arguing, something like that in the background. Like there's all kinds of stuff that are all red flags with this case.
now
That
that
husband did something, that husband had something to do with it, and his alibi is weak at best because all it is basically they've got his truck in some location, but you don't know if he's in that truck. You don't know if he's was even at that location. All you know is his truck was there. You know nothing else. He
right.
would put trackers on her car. Oh, just so many things. So many things, you guys.
And if he knew to put trackers on, hey, Carrie, if he knew to put trackers on her car, even I have watched, please, no one around me get hurt or anything, enough true crime to know if I do something, my phone stays at home. I'm going to get one of them. I don't even know if they still make it, but a cheap little burner phone at the store where I'm not going to be tracked. There's things you can do. I'm not going to use my vehicle. I'm going to use one with the VIN number scrubbed out or something. I don't know. I don't have one handy, but whatever. But he
Okay, moderator said no screaming on the call. Thank you, moderator. A witness said he heard crying and screaming. Thank you, moderator. Appreciate
okay.
you
I
saying
didn't
that.
think I heard anything on the call,
Because
but
that's what I was saying. Like, how in the world, if they have this on the call, that makes so much more sense. Like I said, I haven't been down the rabbit hole yet. I'm jumping tonight. So I don't know all of these details. These are just the little bits and pieces that I've heard over the last couple of days. He just seems like a shady fuck. He seems like he's an abusive prick. Apparently, there's some video of him
yes.
following her. Tracking her to some tire place where she was getting her tire fixed because it was slashed by whom? Probably him.
Mhm.
Just terrible. Didn't he have a
Yes,
whole
Jeff.
ass mistress too? Like a
But
known
let's
mistress? I have no idea, but I do know that she was 14 when he met her, and the guy basically groomed her into being his bride. Just wrong on every level. Just so many gross. Yeah, put up
look, he
horrible
did
photos of her.
have
Put up
I-
a topless photo. Sorry, I'm on. Hold on, Randy.
yeah, I will shut
Hang
up.
on. I'm sorry. I'm
I
like
know.
all fired
I
up.
obviously I get it, girl. I get it.
Putting up like I guess like naked pictures or topless photos of her, and you can see him in that video where she's at the tire shop. He says something like, "Okay, I'm gonna put these up on Facebook. You'll see them up in a couple of hours." And she's filming him the whole time. She's like, "Walk away, get out of here, walk away." And he's like, "All right, you'll see these up on Facebook." Just being a prick, absolute prick. Um, and now she's gone, and he rushed her to cremation, and in order the family had to sign off on the cremation because they weren't apparently tell me, moderator, hopefully apparently they weren't going to be able to see her in a casket unless they signed off on the cremation. Like, how is that? I don't even understand the math on that. Like, why does one have anything to do with the other? That is so weird. But um that is why they signed off on the cremation.
Well, I'd say that he said because sometimes before they cremate someone, they'll have a showing, like a viewing at a funeral
Yes.
home.
And they weren't able
So,
to go in and do that unless they signed off on the cremation.
mhm. But yeah, he's
Crazy.
no man of God. He had a girlfriend whose husband died suspiciously. Her okay, her husband who was paralyzed drowned.
Whose
Now,
husband?
the girlfriend.
Okay, so pastor has a girlfriend.
Mhm.
The girlfriend's husband
2
was a
years ago.
paraplegic,
Mhm.
right? And ended
Right.
up at the bottom of a pool, lake. Where did he
Pool.
end up?
I think
At
it
the
was a
bottom of a
pool.
pool.
But
How?
how many paraplegics do you know that think, "I'm gonna go swimming alone today"? None.
Nobody. Nobody. How is that? How is that not even investigated? And
I don't.
it's so crazy because the police and everybody were so quick to write this off as a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And now all of a sudden people are raising such a stink that now the FBI is involved. I hope that they find something. There's not
I'll
going to be
tell
much
you.
they're going to be able to find with, her remains being cremated, but
Right.
maybe when somebody was looking at her in the casket, maybe there's pictures of that. I don't know. But I hope that they can I hope that they nail this guy if he's guilty, because he's a very bizarre. Yeah, there's bizarre pictures of him or photo videos of him like laying on the grass having a tantrum. I did see that. He
Yeah.
officiated her marriage to her first husband. Yeah, not
Ugh.
at all creepy, right? That's so damn
And the
weird.
words that her family had to sit and listen to him speak at her funeral, he should go to jail for that. But I'm going to tell you why this is not, he wasn't a suspect and, he got by, he's getting by with stuff and his girlfriend, because that is a very small community and preachers are, they're like, oh no, he's the youth pastor. The youth pastor wouldn't do that. I mean, you see, they still call him Pastor so and so when people talk about him, even though
Well,
he lost his.
yeah, he's been released from the church, so I don't think he's pastor anything right now. Hopefully he'll be inmate
But they,
number,
yeah.
24961 in a minute, that'd be great. Fucking weird, man. Something's
y-
really odd about this case. Very
Oh,
suspicious.
Micah Miller. Thank you, knitting artisan.
Yeah,
It,
we're going down the Micah Miller rabbit hole.
yeah, and I mean, who says? And by the way, before we close this day of God, um, I'm going to tell y'all something that I don't want it talked about when you leave here or in the
Right.
church.
Like, and that's exactly what he said. I don't
Mhm.
want you guys to talk about it. I'm just going to tell you something. And then he says that, okay, my wife died, all calm, cool, and collected.
By our own hand.
Not a
Mhm.
bit, yeah, not a bit of sadness. Not Didn't crack a tear, nothing. Voice didn't even crack. And then immediately goes into her sinning. Like, you all know that she struggled with da 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 da. Just what are you saying, dude? Like, what? And you weren't allowed to talk about it. You had to just leave the church and act like you didn't just get hit upside the head with this outrageous, piece of information. You're supposed to just walk to your car calmly and go
Right.
home. How
And she's
weird
been
is
going to
that?
that church since she was a kid, and everybody's like, "We can't talk about it." He said,
Yeah, let's not
you know,
talk about it. Let's just go
"Thank you,
home and
Mary."
pretend we didn't just get told this crazy piece of information.
Right.
Very strange, man. Very strange.
And I talked about it just a little bit with I had a poll, but everybody thinks, if she did it to herself, she was pushed. Like she just said, "You know what? I don't want this life anymore."
Yeah, I absolutely
I would have to know, yeah.
I can see a whole scenario where he on purpose made sure his car was located in a specific place,
Yes.
took a bicycle, whatever he took, and got to her and made her hold a gun to her head. Probably I could see maybe giving her even maybe medication or something. That's why he had her cremated so damn fast, because you can't test any blood. You can't test any blood. You can't test for any substances, nothing. Now I just made that up.
But
There's nobody saying that I know of.
but here's the thing. If like when I listen to the 911 call, she sounds like that. Well, it sounded to me like that 911 call was her suicide note. And she seemed very calm about it. Like, my decision is made. I'm done. That's how it sounded to me. She
Right.
didn't give any signs of I'm doing this under um distress or anything like that. She just, and I mean, I could be wrong, but I think because a lot of times when people decide, they do, a calm comes over them because they know what they're going to do. But um I would want to know, does she have any past history of trying to harm herself? Because that's a flag. If she doesn't, it's a
Right.
flag.
Right. Well, according to her dad, she bought that gun for protection, not to hurt herself with. But
Didn't she?
what she said on the 911 call, yes, that she was She was gonna do that, and then she wanted her family to be able to find her. So they were like, "Can you trace my call? Can you trace where this call is coming from?" That's what she said to them.
Hmm.
And the lady was like, "Do you not know where you are? Is that like, do you not know where the address or whatever?" And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna do this, and I want to make sure my family can find me." And maybe that's what happened. And he made her life so damn miserable that she didn't see any other way out. And I don't know if he can be held responsible for any of that. I have no idea. But I know someday you're going to be held responsible for that, sir. And I wouldn't want to
Hmm.
be up there next to you when you're getting, the ass chewing of
Knitting.
life.
That's what I was about to ask, was because I didn't know if they had put two videos together, because it looks like she bought the gun right before she did it. And Knitting just said she bought the gun 2 hours before she did it.
So she could have told her dad that's a way to get a gun. So if she bought the gun 2 hours before she did it, then that's more probably more leaning than towards she really did do it to
Hmm.
herself.
Yeah, I
Not
think she
him.
did. I do. I think she did, but I think that he is not innocent.
Yeah.
And I think she probably told him. He just didn't seem like
Oh, she could have told
surprised.
her dad that she was getting a gun for protection because she didn't want her dad to worry about, what else she might do with it. So I can see that
Hmm.
maybe telling her dad that, "Don't worry, it's just for protection."
Right.
But apparently she knew how to work a gun and use a gun, so she's apparently was very familiar with how to use a gun.
Well, she's from South
Um,
Carolina. That's a pretty southern,
what does that mean?
gun
That's
carrying, God
okay.
fearing,
Gotcha.
and it- you know, you say I understand what someone is, I think she was too God fearing to do that. But the thing is, even if you're God fearing, you also think you have it worked out. Trust me on that one. You think you have it worked out. You probably
Yeah.
don't. I don't know. I hope you do. I hope that, and that someday we'll all know the secret. But um,
Right,
I get
Tara.
that.
Maybe that's where I'm at. That okay, if she did do it on her own, but he definitely aided and embedded her mental health problems,
Mhm.
would doubt it if he saw all the signs and ignored it. I've heard that, is her 911 call, could it be AI? I've heard that theory. I don't know if that's a true at all. I'm hoping that the FBI, now that they're involved, they'll look at it and see if there's any clues they can get from it. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. I just, to me, it seems like a beautiful young girl has been tortured by this horrible man.
Yeah.
And probably not good that I'm going into it. I haven't even jumped down the rabbit hole, and that's what I've already decided that he's a piece of shit and is somehow responsible for this. That's not very innocent until proven guilty, and I don't care. I never
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
no.
not
I
a
had him
lawyer. I'm not a lawyer judge, and I did never pretended to be true crime. It's just how I
right,
feel because I know a
and
person or someone.
I consider myself a true crime addict, but I had his ass convicted and sentenced as soon as I saw him announced at church. I'm like, oh, he
Same.
did it.
As
He
soon as
did
I
it.
saw him, the way he
Mhm.
handled it at church, I thought, "You piece of shit.
Mhm.
What? You're bad. You're not a good person at all." And then
Yeah.
I started seeing the rest of it. And when I don't know, her father's interview it was on Long Crime, and it just I had so many there's so many things that he brought up that I didn't know. It was very eye-opening, his interview, but like I
Mhm.
said, I
I
haven't
haven't seen
jumped
it
all the
yet.
way down. I will jump down the rabbit hole, this week, hopefully. And
And the
maybe
last
we'll talk
rabbit
about it
hole,
again.
I feel like the last rabbit hole we went down together, like, was it last week or the week before?
I don't
So
know. Let's say
we
more
watched
things.
Baby Reindeer,
Yes.
and we still need a Baby Reindeer stream because I really feel like it's important. I'm waiting.
Well, the thing that's interesting about the baby reindeer, have you guys watched it? Do most of you guys know what we're talking about when we talk about baby reindeer? Like, have you all seen it or moderator? And you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Right.
Right
Mhm.
now, what I want to see is that guy in handcuffs, and that's probably not the best attitude in the world, but it is what it is. I'm just being real. Uh, yeah, I saw that, Brantley. Super weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fiona
she's
Harvey now wants $1 million for that interview. She told Piers Morgan that she wants $1 million. That's what I was going to say. So the thing that's interesting about the baby reindeer stuff is the interview with Piers Morgan. That interview, y'all need to watch that if you haven't seen it.
when I
Was
tell y'all
crazy.
how excited me, Sweet, and Wendy. I mean, it's
Yeah,
you.
it was
I just felt in sync and in tune with all three of us because I knew exactly what everyone was doing. Right at that, I had my TV because my son-in-law decided to mow right at that moment, and I was like, "Mother jugs!" So I turned it up to 80. You know, so,
oh my god.
yeah, like I'm not missing.
Yeah,
But
I didn't want to miss any of it. And I've been also watching Popcorn Planet because he's been covering the Piers Morgan interview, and he actually got on with Piers and was part
hi,
of his
Pink.
interview panel like the next day, and he was so excited about it. He was like us, all giddy and excited about it and felt all famous. But it was good. It was a good interview. But there were
Mhm.
so many things that she denied, like she's never had charges. She didn't email him a bunch of, 100 and whatever emails or send him all these letters. All stuff that is so
41,000.
right. All
Yeah,
stuff that is easily provable.
yeah.
Like if she hasn't had any charges
Oh,
and Netflix portrayed this woman as not only having charges but two convictions for stalking,
hold
and
on
this
though.
and Fiona hasn't, then
Oh,
Netflix is lying and they've
but I did it.
misrepresented
No, no,
her.
no. I did a little research.
All right.
So, she stalked. Remember when he said, I mean, it completely showed, and that woman has stepped up and stepped out and said she stalked me for 5 years, and that she was the blind woman. Um, that was part of the um. I don't know. Anyway, she did stalk her, but I don't think she did any time in jail. Okay, so at the end of the show, it said, some of the things, although this is a true story, some things have been embellished or, and that's not verbatim what it says. But when it's based on but they also
But
put
but
that
wait though.
he done.
Before wait. Before the show even starts, there's a line that comes up in the Netflix where it says this is a true story. Doesn't say based on a true story. Doesn't say, inspired by real
You are
events. It
right.
doesn't say any of that. It says this is a true story.
But at the end, it says, some things have been embellished. Let me see if I can Google what it says at the end. What
That
does
interview,
Baby
she proved everything
say?
that's been said about
Mm,
her. I mean, right? She did. I felt like she did contradict herself a lot. And again, I felt like there were so many things that were provable that she denied, similar to Merb with her. Reminds me of her. And deny. And meanwhile, we can prove, hey Davita, hey Pink, good to see you, hon.
Hey,
We
Davita.
we can prove that these things happened. So if she's never had any convictions or been arrested or whatever, not just arrest, she was convicted in the show, in the movie, in the series. There were two convictions. One, before he ever met her, and the second was his. She was convicted for it and spent 9 months in prison. And Fiona is saying she's never spent any time in jail, and I feel like that's provable, right? You should be able to prove that.
Yes.
That's
Well,
an easy
okay.
one.
I couldn't find it. I looked and looked and looked, and I even used her old last name and the when she changed her last name, which that's weird.
How are we
But
going to find her convictions in another country?
well, I couldn't find any. But I'm no detective. But she wasn't convicted. She didn't do any time in jail for stalking him.
In the
And
show, she did.
Yeah, in the show. And so in an interview, he said that he okay, so I'm going to read this, but because in the one of his interviews he said she didn't do time in jail. I just put that in there to make it a better story, or to have that dramatic. He was sad that she was hurt, how they're standing there in the courtroom and she's looking all sad, bowing her head, saying, "Yes, I
So
did
he
it."
he admitted that that part was made up?
Mhm. Yeah, and
Oh.
so it says, and he said, um, "It is a true story on screen, even though Gad himself has explained that he had used some artistic license in parts and that the truth had been tweaked slightly to create dramatic climaxes."
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Well, that's good. Yeah, you should have told me that. I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't know that when she was saying, I thought she was lying when she's like, "No, I've never been arrested."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What, girl, you're lying." And Pierce Morgan probably has the records in front of him. But when he didn't have the records in front of him, I was like thinking, that's weird.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, how is the internet that found her in 2.3 seconds?
Knitting.
How has the internet not scratched up her criminal record? Because that'd be
Right.
the first thing I would expect to see. Hey,
Because
Mercedes girl.
they said they found her. Someone said they found her in less than 30 minutes when they started looking for her. Hi,
Yes,
Mercedes
they
girl. Good
did
to see
found
you.
her instantly. They found her so damn fast. Did you
Yep.
see what Shamat wrote earlier?
No, what'd you say?
She said Merb kills baby reindeer.
I did see that.
Matt, shameful.
Rest in peace.
God bless you, baby reindeers. There's no S on deers. It's just at deer. But still.
I still, we still say
But
deers
still,
sometimes.
plural. I just want to make sure we know.
Yeah.
Plural.
Fishes. You're gonna end up swimming with the fishes. Or sleeping. No, it's sleeping with the fishes.
Shamat. Shameful. I'm not laughing at that, Shamat. I'm laughing at other things.
Yeah, that's not. But her interview, I mean, like, look.
Maybe
Nobody.
he added a conviction so that people would look for criminal record stuff, and knowing that she didn't have one, it would help her stay hidden. Maybe.
And I think,
Maybe
and
that's
that
why he
could
did it.
very,
Maybe that's why he
he
included that.
said, which, listen, Mr. Gad, you haven't responded to my messages, and I understand that.
Oh my God.
But
He's already gotten one stalker. He didn't need another one.
you think she could send an email? Hold on.
If you start, did you sign it sent from my iPhone? Because if you did, he's probably
No.
got you blocked already.
I actually have an iPhone, so I said sent from my Android.
Sent from my Android device.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
I don't believe him when he says, I tried so hard to make all the characters unrecognizable when all the characters look identical to the people in the.
I mean, yeah. Well, now that I know he took some artistic liberties, I did not realize he did that. And it makes sense that he would put something like a criminal record associated, even though it doesn't make her look good. But that part was to try to keep people off the scent.
Yeah.
They're looking for criminals, and Fiona doesn't have a criminal record. So, but either way, she's furious. She wants her cut of the pie. After she did her interview with Pierce Morgan, shockingly, I know you'll all be surprised, she was not happy. She did not like her interview. And she then started putting out some demands. Word is she sent him about 25,000 emails. I'm just kidding. She didn't. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Mercedes girl. Yes, I did have a very good birthday. Thank you, honey.
I am gonna say, yeah, since you've been gone, I've had to sing the birthday song like 3 to 4 times.
Well, I'm very proud of you. I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
Thank you for picking up the slack. I've been told that my birthday song is a huge source of shame, apparently. So
No,
I'm
people have
surprised that people ask for it. Yes, she's tweeting furiously at Pierce. Poor Pierce has had to block her on 3 different accounts already. No, I'm just kidding.
no
I just
shit.
said this. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is when I found out what she got paid for that interview, I'm like, that's doable.
Did she get paid?
$250 in European money.
Oh, that's
Supposedly that's
reasonable.
yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Pink.
not
Thank you, Pink. I appreciate that. It's a very good video, Irene. You will not be bored. It was very fascinating watching it. Hey,
yes.
Muffin Mouse.
I
You
did. I
said
went
Slack.
straight.
Wendy, we need one, not what? I said
So
Slack.
after we watched the interview,
Yeah.
well, I texted Wendy because it was too late to, I figured with Wendy, forgiveness is easier than permission. So I
Dear.
start the sentence with, don't be mad.
Yeah.
And then I sent her the screenshot because I immediately went and messaged Fiona.
Yes. Wendy's messaged Fiona. And surprisingly, thank you, Davida. I appreciate that. Thank you, Irene. I appreciate that too. Thank you. Surprisingly, Fiona is giving you the brush off. She's not. She's ghosting you. Rude.
It is rude. So
We
I
can give
did
you
happen.
$250. If she's willing to do an interview for $250, we could scratch that together.
We absolutely could scratch that up. And what I said to her was, the last the last message I sent her, I
Oh
said,
no, you sent her more. Oh God, bless her.
you've got to be able
Show
to
these
trust
people what-
someone.
Show these people what you sent them. Shut up! You did not write that. I'm Randy.
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
did.
smack you in the head. I swear to God.
I said,
Take a
it's
screenshot of,
me.
of your messages right now and show them. Show the people.
I said, it's me and my co-host.
It's
We
me.
won't let you go unheard. That's what I said.
Jesus. And then then you said
That was
you
the
said you
second
need
one.
you need someone to talk to.
I can provide that for you. That's what I said. So you can
Oh my
better
God.
explain things.
Wow.
Pierce didn't really let her tell
Here's
her
what you
story.
need to say. We're working on it, Pink. Tell her that Pierce did her dirty. That's what you need to tell her. That Pierce did her dirty.
I was
And
insinuating
that.
that.
Will do better. Well, say it outright.
Absolutely.
Say it outright.
I'm
Pierce
gonna have
did
to
you
say it
dirty,
outright.
girl.
So far, she's not reading my messages, and I'm a little bothered that she's Johnny Depping me, but I figure there's no telling how many messages she gets.
Probably a lot, but I mean, maybe money talks. So we'll offer her $251.
Right. No, but see, that money, we don't have to give her that much because that's not okay. I don't know how much that is in American dollars, but it's less. So we're going to come out to the good.
Right. Yeah. Tell her we love her, that Pierce was horrible. Yeah. Fuck a Pierce. Exactly. There we go.
Pierce who? I'm like, barely. I'm going to tell her. Barely anyone even watches him.
Look at him using you for clout, Fiona. Shameful.
We just want to help. And I feel like we could have made her famous, but she's doing us wrong.
Poor Fiona. Run, Fiona. Run for your life, girl.
I was so hurt.
Run. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
And I don't know already.
Did you write "send my iPhone" at the bottom? That's what you need to do.
No, I started to do.
We are one and the same.
Yes. She's like, what? You think it's weird that I have 6 email accounts?
He's like, yes. Yes, I do. I think that's weird. Yes.
Like, I have 1. And Tara just said, I don't see her emails. Like, what? 1. How do you do it, Fiona? Teach us.
I have a few email addresses. Let's see. I do. I have a few, mostly because, but I only have 1 that's like my main email address that I actually use to. Hold on. Sorry, I just got sidetracked. I got a gift from someone that I'm surprised was able to do that. But thank you. Thank you for your gift. Very interesting. Okay. Anyway, I have email addresses, only one that I really use, but mostly the second one that I use is when I like register for shit online, because that's where, when they sell my information, all the junk
Yes.
spam goes to that one, to keep the junk out of my main email address.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Because I should actually have thought of that, but I
Yeah.
didn't. So
Right. Well, I mean, that's the only reason that I do is because of I got sick of my spam junk
and
email and stuff, and I was like, oh well, if you're just going to give this away, then I'll just give you a fakey address. I mean, it's not really fake; it's mine. It's just, it's not one that I use. It's one that gets
yeah, it's not going to
spam.
be like
Right.
the app
I'm
on
not
your
going to answer
phone.
it. I'm not going to answer it at all. It's just if
Right.
you, but, yeah, when I get
20 I
junk
have
stuff, it usually goes there.
26,591. That's how many
Yeah.
emails I have right now. Like
Yeah. See,
what?
I can't do that. I cannot do that at all.
I know you can't see.
That
You can't
that
see.
makes no sense to me. I don't like that. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. It
Irene,
makes me feel very
I
uncomfortable. I just shut the button off then. If I'm not going to answer, which I'm not, I will, select all, mark as read, or I will shut off the indicator button so that the number stays 0. All my stuff has to be at 0 all the time. I can't have unread messages. It freaks me out. Freaks me out. And those and there really are two kinds of people. There are people like me that everything has to be zeroed out every day, and then there's people like y'all that have 11,000, 50,000, 20,000, and you're just doing it now to see how big you can get that damn number.
no, I feel like it's but like I'll sit there and think, is this bogging down my phone? But
Yeah.
it seems like when I try to erase emails, I always erase the ones I wanted to save. That has happened to me
Yeah.
a
I
lot.
don't erase emails. I mean, unless they're junk and spam, I erase those, but I don't erase emails. I'm a digital hoarder.
Like,
I really am. I'm a digital hoarder. I save everything. Every message I've ever had with anybody, saved. Yeah, I save everything. I don't know why. I just do.
well, there are people in chat making me feel a lot better about myself and my
Right.
emails.
You guys want to see a cute little picture of me when I was a baby?
Oh, yeah, y'all.
Look at this picture. Look how cute I am.
I
This
love this.
picture's old as the damn hills.
Look,
Don't worry. I'm sad that the picture's so crazy and striped and obviously very poor quality. But look at how cute I am. Oh my
I love it.
goodness.
I
Look at
love
that
it.
little baby. Don't you just want to pinch her cheeks? I do. Look how cute. I know. I was 7 months old there. Look at me. Who knows? Who would have known that girl would grow up to be such a stinker? I'll tell you who.
Well,
My mom and
yeah.
dad knew. That's who knew. Anyway, we were going through some old family photos, and we found a bunch of them, and they're so cute.
They are
I
so
found
cute.
one of my mom and dad in the month I was born, and they look like they're teenagers. They look so little and young and exhausted because they have a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah, she's sitting up like a big girl.
I know, sitting up so big.
Maud. You were when you said you were 7 months old, I'm like, wow, good girl.
Jacob sat up at 3.5 months. I'm not even kidding. 3.5 months that boy was sitting up. I had no idea that kids could sit up that early. I've never heard of a kid sitting up that early. But he did. He was 3.5 months. He wasn't even 4 months yet. And he was sitting up. And I don't remember how old Jonathan was. God bless. God bless the second born. I don't know when he sat up. I don't know. He can sit today. That's all that matters. So sad. The first baby, you're like, on September 12th, 19, whatever, he was,
Yes. You keep the
he
baby book
crawled for the
up.
first time.
Mhm.
The second one, you're like, well, I think he can walk. I don't know.
I will never for one time when Timber graduated kindergarten, um, it's the sweetest, and me and Timber had the same kindergarten teacher. And well, so did I think Steph had her too. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I thought how special, this is my last one, and she made like all the kids like a scrapbook, and she put it in a binder, with the 3 rings,
Yeah.
and I kept it. Man, I still have it's in my cedar chest. But one time, I would get it out every once in a while. We would look at it when Timber was growing up to see how much she had grown and, how cute and her very first day of school. And I will never, good night, Warrior Grandma. I love you. Um, I will never forget. She needed a binder for something. And she pulled all those pages out, was going to use that binder.
It's terrible.
I was like, oh, no.
Pink said her son started walking at 10 months. Do you know that Jacob, like I said, he sat up at 3.5 months. The boy was crawling at 7 months, and that asshole didn't walk till he was 15 months old. That's 8 months of crawling. Can you? It drove me crazy. It's so dirty all the time. I couldn't handle it. Oh my God. Crawling. I hate crawling because their hands are, on the floor. So every day I'm scrubbing, mopping the floor, because my boy is crawling around on the floor. And of course he's a vacuum. So any little thing is going to go straight in his mouth. He crawled for 8 months. That is not okay. That is way too long. He did not walk till he was 15 months old. Jeez.
Oh, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you.
I just got a Cash App too. Thank you so much. That was very
I don't want
sweet
to say
of
the
you.
name because it's your real name.
But yeah, 8 months he crawled. Jesus. So unreal. That was so wrong.
It is. And you just want to kick them around a little bit. Get up.
I know. I'm like, please walk. Just get off the floor. It's terrible.
So baby O is doing this thing now where when he wants to be held, and it's a me and him thing, so I love it even more because it's a me and him thing. He says, awesome. Hold you.
Oh, hold you.
And so now he'll say it and run in my arms because, I'm tickled to death, arms wide open.
Love that. That is so fun.
Hold you.
Wow, Pink, your baby was out of diapers at 1 year old. Train. Wow.
I need to know the secret because
my boys were late. My boys were late potty trainers. They did not care at all. I was like, "Don't you like being dry?" Like, meh.
Right. Yeah, they don't. The boys don't.
Like, don't look. You can wear your big boy underwear. He's like, yeah. I'm like, look, that has Toy Story. I'm trying so hard to sell these. You'll be a big boy. No cares. They didn't care at all.
Just change my diaper while I have this cup of tea, okay?
Right. Just, girl, shut up. Just change me. They didn't care at all. Hey, Deb, I love you.
Right, Deb. We're in therapy, and it's going well. Yeah.
We made it.
There's probably a few people going, damn it. Because, I just went with it when somebody.
I'm sure they're all furious that I just called my son an asshole. Speaking of him, though, he sent me pictures today. They graduated college.
Oh, Nettie.
They graduated college. Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
They sent me their little graduation pictures. They both look so sweet and cute. And I'm so proud of them. God, I'm so proud of him. He is writing his master's thesis.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you that I need a dictionary to read along with this, I mean it. The boy, he's freaking brilliant. They both are. Both of my boys are very, very smart. But I can't even understand some of the words Jacob uses. Like, it's so amazing to me. So
I love that.
Yes, he crawled for 8 months, but it's okay. He's a college graduate today. So very proud of him. Very, very proud of him.
Right. Yeah. That's
So it's
He
okay.
just didn't want to. He just
No, he got around just fine. He didn't care. He's like, "Why do I need to walk on my feet? I got my hands and knees. We're good." Thank you, guys. Thank you. So proud of them. They both are. Him and his wife. They both graduated. So I think he's going to keep going and go for his master's, which is awesome. And I think he absolutely should. And
That's a good idea,
I'm
moderator.
just really proud of him. He didn't like the mittens because it's hot where we lived. So he didn't like little hand mittens. And plus, he wanted to get into everything. And we just washed his hands a lot. That's what we did. And I scrubbed the floor every day. On my hands and knees, I would scrub that floor.
And we're careful, but you can listen when the baby, when he has a song and he wrote it.
Yeah.
He goes, ba, 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 ba.
So cute. He's singing La Bamba.
La Bamba gets stuck in my head almost every time that he starts that. But if he's in a, like, crawling around in the kitchen and I hear him singing his song, I'm like, uh-oh. Let me see what.
Don't teach him Small World. He'll be singing that too. Thank you, Jane. Yes, this is the one in Zimbabwe. So I guess little Roxy didn't get him kicked out after all. Did you, Roxy? Fail. Roxy failed. She didn't get him kicked out of Zimbabwe. Now he's got a whole college degree. What you gonna do now, Roxy? Is he still uneducated? Roxy? I think Roxy ran away. She didn't like Roxy ran away. She didn't like getting called out, I think that.
Oh, I think she's back. I think she was on panel, but I haven't.
I haven't watched Boston in forever. Of course, now that I've said her name, we're gonna have a 5-hour stream about it.
Maybe not, because we haven't watched, and we wish you nothing but the best, and that's the truth. You and Roxy, not so much, but
Roxy can kiss my ass. How about that,
yeah.
Roxy? Swing and a miss, bitch. Talk about getting my son kicked out of a country just because you don't like him. You don't like his mama. Shameful.
That was rude.
It was rude.
Yeah.
That is rude. That's rude. You don't. So why are you so rude, Roxy? Call you Rudy.
Rudy.
No named Rudy. That's who
that
you
was
are.
Actually really good. That was
Roxy Rudy. That's you, crabby bitch.
Windows back.
Swing and a miss, Roxy. Rude.
No clue who she was, and oh, really, Pink?
Oh dear.
She's
apparently she owns everything in Zimbabwe, and she was hunting for my son to get him kicked out. Said it was done. It was a done deal. Well, better bitches have tried and failed, lady. But anyway, yeah, college graduate today, so that's very exciting.
That is very exciting, because she does have awesome kids. I'm telling y'all, she's not just saying that.
Oh no, I do. I have the greatest kids ever. They're incredible. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody thinks that though about their kids. So
yeah,
but yeah. I really do have. I'm very blessed. Very, very, very blessed. They're good boys, and they spoil me and love me unconditionally and purely, and it's awesome. It's perfect.
It's beautiful.
I love them both, and I'm so thankful. So thankful for both of them, and their women. And my husband, my son's wife, is a wonderful, beautiful, godly woman who thinks that my son hung the moon, and she's right. So love that. She thinks she won the lottery, and I think that's fantastic. Please wash his dirty underwear so I don't have to do it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. They're awesome.
And that's how I feel about, my son. I'm like, whenever he decides to settle down and do whatever, she's so lucky.
Yes.
She's
so lucky. I think in this case, I think my son is the lucky one. Actually, I don't know how he scored her. But I don't know, but they're best friends and I just love them. They're so happy together. And he's a good husband. Like he's a good husband. And I love seeing that. Like he thinks of his wife. He makes sure, wants to make sure everything's okay. Make sure he checks with the wife. And I love that. Love that. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. And I saw this clip the other day and it sent me. I had a few tears. It's like, what's the best thing about having kids? And it said watching them grow up. And then they said, yeah, what's the hardest thing about having kids? And it's watching them grow up.
Yes. Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't I don't think you understand the way your heart is gonna break when you
Mm-mm.
become a mother. And it really is about just having your heart broken all the time. It's doing things when you have to, train and discipline and not be their friend and give them their medicine and make sure they get their shots and make sure that they, get all the things. Uh it's not for the, it's not for
So,
the
mm-mm.
weak. It's hard. It's hard, hard work. And it is heartbreaking a lot of the time. I remember not the first time, but one of the times, and I still think about these things even today. And the boy's living in a whole other country with a whole wife and a college degree, and I'm still upset of the night that I made him cry it out to sleep. Like, I'm still thinking about it. Like, I sat outside his door crying my eyes out. Poor Scott didn't know what to do with either one of us. He's in his crib crying. I'm outside his door crying, and everyone's like, "Oh, just let him cry it out. He'll go to sleep. Cry it out." And I hated
Mm-mm.
that. It was a terrible idea. Who made that up?
Yeah, the
But
guilt never leaves you. The guilt
never.
never.
I was
Mm-mm.
devastated, and he felt
Yeah.
so betrayed by me. So I wouldn't get it, and then I finally I think I got him because
Hey,
I
B.
finally.
Fergs. Yeah, it's
Yes, B Fergs. Good to see you, by the way, and you're absolutely right. Unconditional love didn't exist. Didn't exist before that moment.
you don't even know you can love something that much.
No,
Like,
no.
okay, so every time, because Nanny would say, if we got in trouble and we got a spanking, she would say, "This hurts me worse than it hurts you, or as bad as it hurts you." And you're thinking,
Yeah,
bullshit. But
right.
I get it
It
now. I
does
get
though.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary, me either. I think we tried it that night and failed, and I didn't care. That was it. I'm never gonna do this again.
Mm-mm. No,
You
me
go to
too.
sleep. The
So,
thing
yep.
that I didn't do was let him sleep with us because and only reason not to judge it. Anyone, people run their families all kinds of different ways, and I don't have any opinion about it at all. But I didn't want him sleeping with me because I had heard so many horror stories of people like smothering their children
Yeah.
in bed, and I was terrified to do that. So I didn't want him sleeping with me. But shit, I would have crawled in his crib. Like, I wouldn't have had any problem. I'll sleep
Yeah.
with you, honey. Don't worry. Mommy right here. Like, oh God, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. And it made no sense. Like, why are you just letting me sit in here and scream? I'm like, I don't know. Why am I letting you sit in there and scream? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know what to
Right.
do. Poor
The
Scott had no idea. He didn't know whether to hug me or him. He didn't know what the hell to do. God bless him. That's two little kids having a baby for you. That's what that looks like right there.
that was when I had Steph. I put her. She had a bassinet, and my mother-in-law made the prettiest little like skirt thing. It's beautiful. Her bassinet was beautiful, and I actually ended up using it for all three kids, but it don't matter.
Yeah, no, we had a was it a bassinet? Is that what it was? Cradle. It was a cradle. This big wooden cradle that was our
Oh,
our family's, and Scott's sister had used it for all three of her children. And I got to use it for both the boys, and it was beautiful. Look what Madeline said. She said one woman told me that it's basically like having your heart living outside your body. Isn't that like what we just said just this week?
yes,
That's
yes,
exactly what
yes,
we said this week, and that's
yeah.
exactly what it is.
Well, the first night, that I was brought Steph home, because the very first night we came home, we stayed with Nanny. But
Yeah.
when I went home to our home, I put a mirror in her bassinet so I could look over and see her breath, because I was so afraid of
Yes.
SIDS, so
Yeah.
afraid of it.
Yes.
And
Well,
and
because and the thing that was scaring me about SIDS was that when I was younger, I was a nanny, right? And it
mhm,
was, you got to put them on their side. You got to put them on their side. There was like little
yes,
wedges that you bought, and you had to keep them on their side. And then when I had my own son, it was they've got to be on their back, have to be on their back. They have to. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Crazy. Yeah, very scared of always, always.
yeah,
Good
it
night,
was
Pink. Care.
terrifying. And I'm not saying, good night, Pink, good to see you. I'm not saying that, yeah, it just seemed like it was more vocal, or back then, like more people talked about SIDS.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's no way. I mean, I fell so in love. the second that I met her, that I was like, there's no way I'm going to get to keep something so perfect. Like, I don't know why, but I had that ingrained in me.
Yeah.
And the first time, and at 6 weeks old, I mean, the very night that she turned 6 weeks old, she slept all night long. And I think I went into like a coma. And when
Yeah.
I woke up, I was scared to death, because she still
Yeah.
wasn't awake.
Yes. Jonathan had a blankie. Like Jacob had his little bear and his pacifier. Jonathan didn't care about having a pacifier, but he did have a blankie, and he loved his little blankie.
Oh, Mary.
And even as a baby, he would wad that blanket up and put his face in it. So talk about terrifying. I wake up in the morning and here's my son smothered under his blanket on purpose. He did it to himself because he loved it that much. And I, run over to him screaming like, you know, and he's looking at me like, "What's your problem? I just like my blankie. Like, calm down, mom. You'll be all right." And it didn't matter what I did. That's what he did every night with his blanket. He'd wad it up in a blankie ball and shove his face in it. And I thought, well, what am I gonna do? Like, it was a little tiny little blanket. It wasn't like a big, huge comforter or anything. It was like it was a blankie, a little baby blankie. And he loved that thing. He carried it around like little Linus. It was great.
I wanted my kid. None of them had a blankie. None of them.
I loved his blankie. He had two. He had two that we were allowed to use. No other blankies would work. And Jacob never had a blankie, but he did have his little bear, and his bear had a little rattle in it. And one night he woke me up in the middle of the night, and I walked out of my room to see what he needed, and he was standing at his doorway, and he had a baby. We used to put a baby gate up in his doorway because Scott worked overnight, and Jacob would sometimes wake up when he would wake up to go to work, and he'd follow him downstairs and, be downstairs by himself. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. So we put a baby gate up so he couldn't do that. Anyway, he was standing at his baby gate and he started shaking his bear, and it wasn't making any sounds at all. And he looked at me and he couldn't put any words. Like, he was little still. He was like, well, he's probably about 15, 16 months. So he didn't have a whole lot of words, but he had enough to say, something's wrong. My bear is broken. What happened to my bear? So we did emergency surgery in the middle of the night with this bear. Like, I had to stitch it open, cut it open a little bit, found all the little beads, put it back together with the rattle, sewed it back up, and gave it a shake. He was so happy. He made his whole day.
Aww.
And I know. And then I said, Mommy fixed him. There he is. And we had a little emergency surgery in the middle of the night to fix that bear. Bless him. He loved it. We one time we were at the mall, and he was in his little stroller. Or whoever gave us that bear, this is where they got it, because there was an entire bin of all his bear, all of them. There was hundreds of them, or what, maybe 50, I don't even know, whatever. I turned around to look at something before I saw the bears. He had taken as many as he could off the shelf and filled up his whole stroller with 25 of these bears. 25 of these bears. And he looked like he won the lottery. He's like, look at all my bears. He's so happy. He's so happy. I'm like, whoa, what are we going to do with all these? We cannot taking all these bears. But I thought maybe I should have a backup just in case. Because I'm telling you, we would be more likely to leave Jacob somewhere than we would that bear. Everywhere we went, that bear needed to be accounted for. Where's the bear? Do not leave until we've got the bear.
They are the best memories, Shamat. They are. They're such great memories. And I love that, then you get to make these new memories with grandkids. And
yes, that'll be fun. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is. And I was at that stage where Sponge, and
yes,
I didn't even think about.
He's such a smarty too.
He is, and he has one special pillow that he loves that he lays on, and it was Skeets when he. So I mean, it's been around for a while, but it's one of the big old character pillows that you lay on, and I felt so special because he don't let anyone get on his pillow, but he let me. and he lay beside me, and we were just, I don't know,
Yeah.
talking. I don't.
Grandmas don't have the same rules that moms have, I feel like,
Mm-mm, no,
and you've
no.
earned that, and I think it's okay. I think, sometimes moms wish they had those same rules, but you don't. Those are grandma rules. Grandma gets to break those rules. Mary Hildebrand, I'm just reading your comment. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
honey.
Well, no, he won't let anybody on the pillow. It's not even a rule. Like, it's his rule. Nobody can get on the big pillow but him. And so he let me on it. And I said, "Look at us, twins." And you want to talk about something that caught up. I mean,
Yeah.
twins. And then when I saw him today, he said, "Twins." He has no idea what he's talking about. And we do not look alike. It's no,
That's so funny.
we're twins.
All right. Well, anyways, we've been on and on about this, but string cheese, that would have been our worst nightmare. Losing that bear. I'm telling you.
Mm.
You have 6 kids now. I'm so blessed. You are Mary Hildebrand, and I'm so sorry. I didn't know your story. My heart goes out to you strongly, but I don't blame you. I would probably have every single one of them in the bed with me too.
Yeah. Yep.
I would scream at my mom. Yeah, we weren't allowed to wash Jonathan's blankies, but we had to. Sorry. Sometimes you have to.
No man left behind.
It really was no man left behind with that bear. You don't leave without the bear. You just can't. Oh my gosh. It was the love of his life. It was the only thing he ever wanted in bed. And so it really didn't leave the house much because I kind of had a rule that, you know, I I kind of had a rule that you can have it in the car or in bed, but you're not going to walk around, places with it. And same with his pacifier. He only had it in the car or in bed.
Oh,
We
that
didn't
would
let
have
him.
never flown with. Steph didn't take a passy, but the other two did, and
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Jacob did. Jonathan absolutely would not. Spit it at me and gave me a look like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
I
that's
said, "All right, never mind then." He spit it out and looked at me like I had lost my mind. And so I was like, "All right, I guess no to the passy then. That's fine."
yeah. And the baby, he doesn't take one. He did for, I think, maybe 2 months, 3 months, and now
We did not, Madeline. We did not buy backup bears, even though there was a whole counter of them, or a whole bin of them. But I did not buy a backup bear. So we took good care of the one that he had. But like I said,
surgery.
it didn't go out of the house very often. Only if he was going to sleep somewhere. So he only had it, to sleep.
You're welcome, Barb. I'm telling you, Miss Rachel teaches them so much. And
Yeah, I
the
love.
children go in, yeah, the kids go into some kind of trance.
Oh my
ADHD.
gosh, Potter. That is horrible. That's so sad.
Oh,
Backups don't always work. They don't. They do. They know. They
mm-mm.
absolutely know.
Aw, Potter, that sucks.
Isn't that terrible? That is awful. And it is. It's like their baby, Like it means so much to them. When Jacob's bear didn't rattle, like the look on his face was like he was like really concerned. Like he was really worried about him. He's like, "What's wrong with him?" "It's okay. Mommy's got it. I'll fix this." He was so worried. "It's all right. Mommy's got it. I know what to do."
Oh, I love that, Potter. My sister still sleeps with her replacement to this day. Oh.
I think Jonathan would still sleep with his blankets to this day. He still had them. And I bet he would still wad him up in a ball and stick his face in them. Child trying to give me gray hair from day one. That's all right. All right. Well, we've been on 2.5 hours and I need to eat dinner.
Yes,
So
let's get off
go.
here. Y'all, thank y'all so much for being here and joining us. And
Just for a little
I'll
chat. It's just fun.
yeah.
Fun to see everybody again. I'm sorry I've been absent, y'all. But thank
Yeah,
you for welcoming me back.
lots of people were telling.
I
But a
know.
lot of people were concerned too. I got a lot of, messages that was asking
Yes,
me
I
just,
have some messages.
basically.
I definitely need to respond to some messages, and I will. I will do that.
All right,
But
y'all. I'll see
so good to
you
see
when I
y'all.
get back.
All
And
right. Love y'all.
appreciate y'all.
podcast. Thanks, Shamat. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.